We have no right to compassion or mercy. We all share in the guilt. I am ashamed to walk in the city. The man who wrote those words in 1942 was not a resistance fighter or a prisoner or a witness smuggling testimony out to the world. He was a captain in the German army, in uniform, in occupied Warsaw, writing in a notebook he mailed home to his wife. He had joined the Nazi Party himself 7 years earlier. 2 years after writing that sentence, in a bombed-out attic in a destroyed city, he would find a starving man hiding in the ruins and make a decision that has kept his name alive for 80 years. This is the story of the man on the wrong side of that uniform. His name was Wilm Hosenfeld. Before the war, he was something almost aggressively ordinary, a Catholic schoolteacher in rural Germany, a veteran of the First World War, a father of 5. And in 1935, like millions of other Germans, he joined the Nazi Party. That detail matters, and it should not be skipped past. He was not a secret opponent who infiltrated the regime. He signed up. Then the war came, and Hosenfeld was posted to occupied Poland, where he served as a sports and cultural officer, running a sports facility for the German army in Warsaw. And in the notebooks, he filled and mailed home to his wife, Anne-Marie, something began to come apart. He watched what the occupation actually did. He watched the ghetto being built, and what he wrote about it is unlike almost anything else written by a German officer at the time, because he did not write it as an observer. He wrote it as an accomplice. In July of 1942, as the deportations from the Warsaw ghetto to the Treblinka death camp began, he wrote to his wife about what was being done. 500,000 people, he noted, were to be emptied out of the ghetto. And then he wrote this: "Prehistoric men may have eaten each other, but plainly slaughtering an entire people, men, women, and children, in the 20th century, by us, who are leading the campaign against Bolshevism, this is a bloody guilt that makes one want to collapse on the ground." By us, not by them. He wrote that in 1942 in a German army notebook, and then he put it in the mail. The following month, writing to his eldest son, Helmut, he reached for the oldest question there is: how a God he believed in could permit what he was watching. He wrote that he believed Providence directed the destiny of nations, that peoples were held or dropped according to a plan whose meaning was beyond understanding in this life. And then, almost helplessly, for example, what is happening now with the Jewish people? He had no answer. He knew he had no answer. He kept writing anyway. And here is what separates Hosenfeld's diaries from a document of mere conscience. He did not stop at writing. If a Nazi Party member filling notebooks with the word "we" about crimes he was watching and mailing them home is the kind of contradiction you can't look away from, hit that like button. It tells me these are exactly the documents worth reading out loud. Tell me in the comments what you'd have done inside that uniform, and if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. Because what he did in a ruined attic in 1944 is why we know his name at all. Hosenfeld used his position, the sports facility, the paperwork, the uniform itself, to hide people. Among those he sheltered on the sports school grounds was Leon Warczynski, a man who had escaped from a train bound for Treblinka. He helped others, forged papers, jobs, protection, food. He is credited with rescuing or assisting at least 3 Polish Jews and, by various accounts, helping a number of Poles as well. Then came November 1944. Warsaw had been crushed after the uprising, most of the city deliberately destroyed, block by block, and largely emptied of people. In the ruins of a building on Aleja Niepodległości, Hosenfeld found a man hiding in an abandoned attic, emaciated, filthy, barely alive, hiding from precisely the army whose uniform Hosenfeld was wearing. The man told him he was a pianist. Hosenfeld asked him to play. There was a piano in the ruined building, and the starving man sat down and played Chopin to a German officer in a dead city. Hosenfeld did not arrest him. He let him stay hidden in that building. He brought him bread and jam over the following weeks. He gave him his own coat, a German army coat, which would later almost get the man shot by the liberating Soviets, mistaken for a German. That pianist was Władysław Szpilman. He survived the war. Decades later, his memoir became the film The Pianist, and Hosenfeld's few minutes in that attic became one of the most famous scenes in modern cinema. And this is where the story stops being a redemption arc. Weeks later, Hosenfeld was captured by the Soviets. Szpilman, once he learned who had saved him, spent years trying to get him out. He appealed to anyone with influence he could reach. Others he had helped did the same. It didn't work. In 1950, a Soviet military tribunal in Minsk sentenced Wilm Hosenfeld to 25 years, convicted as a war criminal for his service in the German army. On August 13, 1952, in a Soviet prison camp, he died, a ruptured aorta, dead within minutes. He was 57. He never saw his wife or his 5 children again. It took until February of 2009, 57 years after his death, and after years of effort by Szpilman's son, for Yad Vashem to name Wilm Hosenfeld righteous among the nations. He is not a comfortable hero, and his diaries never let him be one. He joined the party. He wore the uniform to the end. He wrote "we" every time he described the crimes, and he meant it. What he proves is narrower and harder than a redemption story, that inside the machine, on the wrong side of it, a man could still see exactly what was happening, name it correctly in his own handwriting, and then, in an attic, with bread and a coat, do the one thing that was still his to do. If you want more stories like this one, real, forgotten, hidden in the details the official version leaves out, watch the video that's on your screen right now. Here on It Sounds Like Fiction. But it's history. There's always one more secret waiting.